Do you have a memorable Atom or Cosmos Hub story to share? A memorable.
Actually, I have only like not Cosmos Hub, but from Osmosis and Wild Pump on Celestia. One day I bought it at 4, and next day it was 6. And I was like, oh, nice, somebody is buying a nice watch.
Congratulations.
Okay, mine is going to be very interesting. So it's about the time when Luna collapsed. So on that day, actually in that particular 30 minutes, I spent $1,000 on that. So during that period of time, like 5 minutes, that 1,000 becomes 300 or 400,000, and I didn't sell it.
Memorable.
Yeah, I was
Very
thinking
good.
about it's going to be a million, but I missed that.
That's crypto for
Yeah.
you.
Why do you think projects choose Cosmos SDK to build on?
I think it's because, first of all, it allows you, it's quite flexible, so you can build whatever you want with it. And that, I think, one of the reasons because it's also IBC, because it's like you can exchange your tokens, you can transfer tokens from one chain to another, and that you have your own way of sovereignty. Like you can build your own chain, not depending on other chains, like like Polkadot. So ICS is a totally different story, by the way. But yeah, if you are building a sovereign chain, you can achieve some sovereignty by having a separate validator set, so you don't rely on anybody. And yeah, pretty much it. And also a good tech like IBC, Comet BFT, all of this stuff, they are really cool.
Gaming is going to be huge.
Yes.
Now, when did your gaming project start?
So in terms of when my gaming project started, it was a Genesis collection in 2022. And since then, we've had subsequent collections launched on Omniflix. And we're continuing to develop a Telegram bot. We've done a physical release. We're working on a Unity application for the NFTs. So a lot of things happening in the background, but all that we're doing at the moment is just showcasing the current status of where we're at in terms of development and hopefully getting more eyeballs on the collection.
Well, let's back up a bit. This beautiful project, what blockchain, what platform can
What
they
blockchain?
Where are we at?
So being a Omniflix ambassador, naturally it's Omniflix Marketplace with some campaigns that are on Omniflix TV, utilizing that infra, utilizing the kind of strategic engagement tools that are available to us as creators, and also helping with the ease of onboarding, as you would know. Bringing people who might not necessarily be crypto natives and to using the no-code Omniflix Marketplace has been a lifesaver for a lot of us non-techies, but also being onboarded through Omniflix, it has also helped us to gain a little bit more of that technical expertise and understanding. So,
Excellent.
How did you come across Cosmos ecosystem and why did you choose to build in it?
Yeah, I think we are one of the most interesting examples that didn't know Cosmos before. Like, we heard about Cosmos, we dive into the documentation, but we were comparing other, open sources as well, like subnets, Paraswaps, and we felt like the Cosmos is the most battle-tested protocol. SDK, back then called Tendermint or Comet BFT, and obviously we heard a lot about IBC. Yeah, all of that I guess we're gonna touch upon, but in general we said, okay, we feel that this is what's suitable for us to execute, to deliver. It's not the first time we're building products, scalable, and that was what was the most important thing, to put our trust in a protocol that's gonna take us faster to our goal. In project, in startups, it's all about time to market.
You're at your second Cosmos, I presume?
Yes.
And you were I think, in Medellin in 2022. Do you want to tell us, how was the experience then, and what are you busy with?
Yes, so I started in the space in 2017 as just an investor, and when you invest in a company, any extra research you can do on that company is beneficial. So I decided I was going to go to my first crypto conference, and it was the Cosmoverse in Medellin, Colombia. And I wanted to meet the teams that I had invested in, and I wanted to see if I was going to come home and to either take my money away from them or put more money in them, because seeing somebody face to face is so much, there's so much more interaction. What happened to me personally is it became real for me. Crypto became more than just something on my computer screen or my YouTube or my Twitter space. It became personal. And I decided by the time I left that, I was going to downsize my businesses and go full-time into crypto in some way.
What do you think are something super important in terms of user experience to like sort of make Cosmos projects like gain even more traction and for them to onboard users more easily? Like you're working on a lot of like DeFi projects by themselves. So what is something that you really see that makes a difference for onboarding users very easily?
I think actually telling them what to do step by step. I know it's such a basic thing, right? But a lot of projects, when they give step-by-step guides, it's very vague. Like I think we all should, no matter how experienced you think a user is, I think you should actually treat them like how you would tell your mother or your grandmother how to use it. And when there is the understanding, then I think that it will be instinctive when in terms of the user experience, and basically make sure that new users don't want to give up halfway.
Can you tell us, as you are a true Cosmos OG, can you tell us why Cosmonauts are a unique community?
Absolutely. I feel like Cosmos in general, always the grassroots community has been builders and very, very tech focused, solving kind of problems that are a little ahead of the time, which has offered both as a curse and a boon for Cosmos. But if you really look at it, so many problems that were, for example, interoperability or where it comes shared security, those are kind of things that other ecosystems are working on now. Those are problems that Cosmos solved way ahead, right? So way ahead of the time and in production, which is having real value for that, multiple chains launched. And now still even all the top chains, I would say in current mindshare you talked about, are built on Cosmos SDK for the same reason, because it has a lot of customizability and sovereignty for it. So the whole community built around this idea of saying we want to take forward of how blockchain or decentralization look like is being unique.
Could you tell us a little bit more about Babylon?
So Babylon is a Bitcoin staking protocol. Basically, we're adding a third native use case to Bitcoin. The first use case is it's a store of value, it's digital gold. Second use case is payments. Now we're adding staking to Bitcoin. So you can use your Bitcoin that's in your Bitcoin wallet on the Bitcoin blockchain and stake it in a self-custodial and trustless manner to help secure external proof-of-stake systems to earn a yield for providing this security service. So there will be yield, native yield for Bitcoin, and I think it's a pretty revolutionary idea because most of the Bitcoin supply right now just sits idle. It's earning no yield. It's not being used productively. So we're kind of closing the gap between Bitcoin and the rest of the Web3 world, which is mostly proof of stake.
All in for ICS.
Yeah, Hub ICS. I think that's I think it's an attractive option. I'm really bullish on Neutron as well. So if I had to bet within Cosmos, it'd be on Hub ICS and also Neutron. So if you have a DeFi protocol, if you have a game, or if you have an idea for anything and it can be a smart contract, definitely consider deploying onto Neutron. If you have something that requires a specific use case, or if you have a large existing user base, Hub ICS would be a really good route.
Can you suggest any application worth trying to use because you like it?
Yeah, I already talked about it, but definitely try out Drop. It's right now live on Neutron, and so all you have to do is take Atom, liquid stake it on Drop, and you'll get D-Atom, and then you'll accrue droplets for it.
All right. And what did you pick Cosmos to build on?
Cosmos is the, let's say, most diverse ecosystem in the industry, and I think 5 or 6 years ago, this app chain thesis attract seems very attractive to me. So each blockchain can be optimized for a special use case, and but all of them can connect together and work like a whole. I think it's a dream for most of the blockchain builders, including me.
What do you think makes Cosmonauts unique?
What makes Cosmonauts unique? I mean, I think the big thing is they all want to build their own thing. You know, the main ethic that attracted me to Cosmos, that attracted us to Cosmos, is everyone.
You're at your
All in